Disclaimer: doll customization is not for children. I'm using toxic chemicals as well as sharp and hot tools. Hello my loves, this is Susika. Welcome to my Christmas special. Today I'm going to create a doll inspired by one of my favorite ballet pieces, the Nutcracker. I have chosen a mouse doll for this. I have bought this doll prepared for customization, so I do not have to worry about removing her hair roots. I start by rerooting the doll's head. I have chosen light pink synthetic hair for this doll. I think pink suits a grey-skinned doll very well. I start by rerooting her hairline. For this, I need a rerooting tool. This is how the hairline looks after I have fully rerooted it. Now I am going to fill all the holes in her scalp with hair. Rerooting a doll's head takes multiple hours, but I think the end result is worth all the work. The rerooting tool is a needle cut at an angle in a handle. Once I have fully rerooted the whole head, I have to secure the hair inside the head. For this I am using tacky glue. You can use any thick glue for this. I spread the glue in the doll's head with a brush. Then I let the glue dry for 1 or 2 days, and then I will brush the doll's hair. I have prepared the doll's body with 2 layers of Mr. Super Clear UV Cut Flat Sealant Spray. Now I add pink soft pastels to her joints, belly and spine. Pastels make the doll's skin look more alive. I make sure to cover all her joints in pink pastels, and I also add pastels to her fingers. Add pastels to all the areas of the doll's skin which you want to make look warm. Once I am done with the pastels, I will seal them in with another layer of Mr. Super Clear UV Cut Flat Sealant Spray. I add a little bit too much pastels because the sealant spray will blow away some of the pastels. Next, I am creating ribbon sandals for this doll. For that, I take a thin pink ribbon and secure it at the doll's foot sole. For this, I am using glue. I then wrap the ribbon around the doll's leg, creating sandals. I am securing the ribbon just under the doll's knee with a bit of glue when I am tying a bow. I burn the ends of the ribbon to prevent fraying. Next, I am adding a ribbon to the doll's other leg. The steps are the same as with the first leg. I tie a knot and then tie a bow. This is one of my favorite methods to make sandals. I cut the ends of the ribbon and then burn them with a match. I have made panties for this doll from thread. Next I am creating a ballet skirt, a tutu for my doll by wrapping a tulle trim around her waist. I secure the tulle trim with some glue. This is going to be the underskirt for the doll's outfit. Next I am adding a pink tulle trim decorated with some pearls as a top. The pink trim will cover the white underskirt. Now I want to add some sequin flowers. The flower is too large for the doll's neck, so I am adding the flowers to the pink tulle skirt. Next, I cover the doll's hair with a piece of cotton fabric, apply 2 layers of Mr. Super Clear Sealant Spray, and then add pink soft pastels, the same pastels I have used for her body on her face. I add pink soft pastels to her cheeks, forehead and nose. Now I am coloring her lips with pink pastels too. I also create some eyeshadow. I really like the sculpt of this doll. She has a very cute face. Next, I color the eyes with a white watercolor pencil. This will create a base for the iris color. After a layer of Mr. Super Clear Sealant Spray, I add some more soft pastels to her nose, cheeks and forehead. Sometimes you need to build up pastels in multiple layers of sealant. With the Kneaded eraser I can remove excess powder from her face. I color the eyes once more with a white watercolor pencil. After another layer of sealant, I add more color to her eyes. On darker skin tones, you have to build up opacity in multiple layers of pigment. I draw eyebrows in a shade close to her skin color. For this doll I am using dark gray. This again is a watercolor pencil. You cannot use simple colored pencil on a doll's face. Watercolor pencils have a softer material and it is easier to draw on a doll's face with them. I color her lips with a pink watercolor pencil. Here I am drawing the eye creases. I color her little mouse teeth with a white watercolor pencil and I paint some white highlights onto her lips. With a black watercolor pencil I draw her pupils. You can always fix mistakes with a wet brush. Her iris will be pink. I color the lower part of her iris light pink and the upper part of her iris in a darker pink. I then draw her eyelashes in black. Here I am framing her iris with a black watercolor pencil. I recommend using black last because mistakes with a black watercolor pencil are difficult to fix. Here I color the corners of her mouth in gray. I color the inner part of her eyelid in white to make it stand out more. Again, I fix mistakes with a wet brush. Here I add more pigment in a new layer of sealant. Doesn't this doll look cute already? With a black watercolor pencil I darken the lines and I add some more white to her sclera. Whenever you want to save your progress or build up more pigment, add a layer of Mr. Super Clear Sealant Spray. I darken the eyebrows a bit more. I prefer using watercolor pencil over acrylics because mistakes are very hard to fix once you have used acrylic paints. Here I am adding metallic watercolor paint to her iris. I use a darker shade of pink for the upper part and a lighter shade of pink for the lower part of the iris. Next I add some shimmer to her skin, and once the watercolor has dried, I add this layer of sealant. Next I add white eyelashes with a nail art brush and white gouaches. Gouaches are also easy to fix. You just can use a wet brush to erase your lines. If you feel confident in painting eyelashes, you can of course use acrylics, but I always fix the eyelashes before I'm satisfied with them, and for that I prefer to use gouaches. Here I am adding catch lights to her eyes with a dotting tool and white gouaches. For smaller catch lights I use a pin. Let the gouaches fully dry. Again, mistakes can be easily fixed with a wet brush. Just try again. And then add the layer of sealant. Here I am adding a bit of white to the lower part of her iris to make them pop out more. These are the finishing touches, and after 2 more layers of sealant, the face-up is done. I carefully reattach the head to the doll's body. I added pins with white pearls to her ears, and I want to add a little crown. This doll is inspired by the Sugar Plum Fairy, and I think a fairy needs a wand. For that I trim a toothpick. I then color the toothpick with white acrylic paint and let it fully dry. The toothpick has the perfect size for my doll. I want to add wings for this fairy doll. For that I take a decor butterfly apart. I try to attach the wings to the doll's back with glue, but the glue is not strong enough. So I take my hot glue gun and attach the wings to the doll's back with hot glue. Once the white paint has dried, I attach a star to my toothpick, and I also add a little pink ribbon. This is the finished wand, and my doll is finished. I made a bow out of a chain with pearls. I also made sleeves with white tulle, and I added shoes in pink. This is my Sugar Plum Fairy from the Nutcracker Ballet. I call her Clara, and she will stay with me, and she is part of my Christmas decoration. So thank you very much for watching. I wish you Merry Christmas, a happy healthy New Year, and stay safe and be creative. Bye!